What is up, guys? This is syphic back again with another unboxing video for you guys. On this video of what's in the box, I'm going to be unboxing this very obscure console. And yes, it is another variant of the Turbografx 16, but some of the surroundings or circumstances or the way this was released is kind of sketchy. And that console is the European Turbografx 16. Let's take a look and see what's inside. Alright guys, so if you guys are in the market for one of these European Turbografx consoles, make sure you not only get the box that the system comes in, but you got to make sure that you get the Turbografx accessories box. This one comes with the AC adapter, an RF unit, AV cable, and a converter here. We can go ahead and take a look at this. Let's go ahead and open it up just to see what's inside of this thing here. All right. Okay. So we'll just open that up there. And as you can see here, the box is basically the same all around. It doesn't really say much. Made in Taiwan, NEC Corporation, Tokyo. Other than that, nothing indicating the NEC Europe or anything like that. And here we get all the contents here. We've got an AV cable here. We've got another RF cable here. Looks like with a converter on it. It looks like an RF shielded cable there. This system is pretty new. The person I bought it off of just used it basically to test. Never actually really played around with it more than just fiddling with it. There we get the two-prong European style AC adapter. No instructions in here, anything really on this. And then we got an AV cable in here, and then we got a couple of more adapters in here. But definitely make sure that you get all this included stuff when you pick up your European Turbografx 16. And this is the main box that you would normally get. If you want to compare it to the Turbo, it's actually pretty slim. That's got a little handle here, just like the American Turbografx. Basically in the back it shows the same thing. On the side just shows the Turbografx 16 console, and same thing on the other side. You got your serial number down here, very similar to the American ones, and it's really skinny compared to the American Turbografx box, which is here. You can see that it's fairly huge compared to this one, and this one it's basically a little bit taller, as you can see here. But other than that, it's just a lot fatter. Obviously the accessory set would make this box bigger, and that's probably why it was sold separate. Well, included separately, not sold separately. You would get it, But so yeah, so basically people say that the NEC had an intent to release the Turbografx 16 in Europe. I know the PC Engine did have some following in Europe. Actually, there was a company called Sodapang that would import PC engines, modify them to work on PAL televisions, and basically sell them. They even made their own controllers, their own taps, and stuff like that. And then they actually had they're pretty rare, but you'll actually see some packaging that they actually had for their system. So they actually, were selling it, and NEC actually released like this advertisement saying not to support that, and that NEC would be in due time releasing the Turbografx 16. So these were produced. I think they were ready to be rolled out in certain markets, maybe Spain, Germany, France, I believe, maybe even London, or the UK, I mean. And maybe when NEC went, broke, or when they basically decided to leave the market after failing, these just, like I said, somebody was importing these and selling them super cheap, like 10 years ago for like $50 all over eBay, like just a bunch of dead new stock. But I have spoken to some Spanish collectors who have told me that they actually went into like markets and electronic stores, and they were being sold there. Unfortunately, I don't think many games were like released out there. This one was packed in with blazing lasers. was the pack-in game, which should have, you know, been packed into the American Turbografx. But so they would have got that right in releasing that game. But the person that told me that they saw these in Spain at a market said that they saw the systems but no games. So who knows? Like, they could have been sold dirt cheap to a distributor who just started getting rid of them, or maybe it did have a little bit of a rollout and then NEC just backed out last minute and whatever was out is out and that was it. But a bunch of these did flood eBay about, like I said, about 10 years ago, and you're able to find these for about $60, $100, new in box, you know, never opened, you know, and sometimes you'll still come across somebody on eBay selling these, you know, some damaged ones and stuff like that, and so on and so forth, or missing components, missing a game, or so on and so forth. But some of the changes where they did get rid of the 16, so now it's just Turbografx. The coloring is actually different. It's actually like a grayish color. It's not black like the American version. And another thing too you'll notice about these, if you really want to get one, I mean, for collector purposes, it's pretty cool to own, just to, you know, if you're like a collectard and you want to have everything. But if you want to actually play it, it's actually not that great, because this runs off different hertz. I think America is 60 hertz, I believe. And I believe in Europe they run at 50 hertz. So the games, when you play them on this console, are actually slower. Not only do they play slower, but the music actually sounds slow. So it's like, imagine like toning it down like a couple of notches, you know, like you know, adding slow motion or something like that. But it's not cool. But you can actually take this and actually put it in a Turbografx CD setup, and it'll actually work. But other than that, if you want to just play games on it, just off the, you know, just normal, it sucks. It's not worth it. So let's open this up and check out what we got here. Now this one, the guy I got it from said when he got it new, it didn't come with blazing lasers, but it came with a copy of Alien Crush, which is kind of weird. But I have seen these come with games other than blazing lasers, so maybe that went down here and there. Maybe some last few systems were just released with those games, but normally this one would have came packed in with blazing lasers. So yeah, so let's go ahead and pop this out here. Okay, there is a little cardboard covering here that covers the console. I'll get the box out of the way. After we lift this up, we'll see that it does come with an American Turbografx 16 instructions, as you can see here. So they didn't change that. They probably didn't have time to, you know, come up with something different. And then, like I said, there's no accessories in here because the accessories come in the separate box. The controller is the same, basically, controller that you normally get in America, except that it is a little bit of a different color. Like I said, it's about a grayish color, and it does have some red and some blue, and it's just this turbo pad. It does still say Turbografx 16 on here, which is interesting. But other than that, it is a different color, and it is a different like little pattern here that resembles more of the box over there. So that's very interesting. When you lift the console out of here, we'll go ahead and take it out of the bag here. All right. And as you can see, hopefully, it is like a very gray color. It's actually kind of cool. I've seen these in pictures a lot, and I never really cared too much to really have one, but like I said, the collectard in me did have that itch to pick one up, and I was able to get a good deal off of a former PCFX member. But yeah, it is a different color. Once again, it does say Turbografx 16. It doesn't say Turbografx, it just says Turbografx. But everything else looks almost identical. Down here we have just, you know, some facts, the serial numbers down here. Everything is pretty much the same as any other turbo system. The only difference is that we do get a AV out here, whereas we got an RF on there. So yeah, so these have been, like I said, these were you know, obviously modified. I'm pretty sure American stock, and then maybe sent over to Europe for release. But unfortunately, NEC probably backed out last minute and said, forget it, and whatever's out there's out there, and that's it. So it was hard. There was really no support. And then down here, you would basically get the pack and title. Like I said, this one just came with a copy of Alien Crush, and then with basically just like a printout of the instruction manual. So I'm thinking these were probably like some last minute ones that they just tossed in a couple of, you know, random games, and this one got Alien Crush. But like I said, I have seen other systems of these that came with a game other than Blazing Lasers. But Blazing Lasers was the pack and title for the European market. So they were about to get that right, which is a big mistake that they did in America, releasing Heath Courage, which was pretty, I mean, it's a decent game, but it's not a game that would show off the system's capabilities and stuff like that. So that's about it. Other than that, you know, it's pretty basic, nothing too crazy. But it is interesting that at some point NEC was about to roll out the Turbografx 16 in Europe, and this is what it would have been. Like I said, if you do see one out there, make sure to get it with the accessory pack, because if you just get this, you're not going to get any of the accessories. So that's about it, really. Nothing much else. Just wanted to kind of unbox this for you and show you what you'd get if you did get a complete Turbografx European version. And who knows what would have been. Who knows if they would have actually succeeded out there better than in America. And since Europe is usually a little more open-minded, you know, the Sega Master System, you know, beat the NES out there, so who knows what could have happened out there as well. But yeah, so I'll do a couple of other unboxing videos and some other show and tells a little bit later. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this video comes across a little bit better. I did upgrade some of my camera and equipment to some nice Canon DSLR and some boom mics and stuff like that. If the videos look a little bit better, that's probably why. If they still look crappy, well, then I guess I just suck at videography. Yeah, but anyways, until the next video, this is syphic once again, signing out. Don't forget to comment, like the video, share it, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notified of all my future videos and stuff. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys, and until next time, this is syphic signing out. Lates.